Before, when I was writing, without Writer's Toolbox, my ideas were all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing. Just, nowhere. I went nowhere with my writing.
As a writer, the challenge is to be able to put your ideas on the page. For students who are full of ideas, who have to try and guess at things, it's an incredibly frustrating business. And I think for students, if you are dealing with that level of frustration, there's only so many times you can try something before you give up.
For Writer's Toolbox, I wrote, but I don't think I really wrote that well with like precision and stuff that I do now with Writer's Toolbox.
My writing was very short and boring and plain. All I did was commas and full stops. That's basically all I knew about them.
I guess a game changer for us was when students stopped asking if they were finished, because they didn't need to ask me. They were the drivers of their own learning, and they could use the feedback to really see where they might need to improve or whether they were really happy and satisfied, and they were able to use their peers to check alongside.
I wasn't very confident with my writing, and I was like, oh, all these people are better at writing than I am, and I just felt really sort of clumsy with it. But then when I got Writer's Toolbox, I was like, oh, I can do this and this and this, and it's just sort of clicking more.
The student agency that we're seeing in our students, that's where the real learning comes from. So that tool gives them the scope to be able to be vested, that they are improving their learning because they want it improved.
Having a common language across all year levels at our school has been really supportive for students' development. They hear the same words and the same vocabulary, and they're taught the same structures right the way through, so that every year they can build on it.
But you know, with Writer's Toolbox, our job has become so easy. This is a tool I haven't encountered before. It answers so many of my questions that I have as a teacher. How can I teach these students sentence structures better? How can I encourage them and give them ways to add more detail to their writing?
Writer's Toolbox has given our kids the ability to actually express themselves, not just as children, but as people. What do we want? We want confident learners. We want confident human beings who have ideas and can express them to the world. That's what Writer's Toolbox is really kind of done for us.
When I usually get higher than 80%, it's like, yes, I'm doing a good job, and it just makes me feel so good about myself. I'm usually like, oh, it's close to 100, what can I improve? And if it goes down, I'm like, okay, so that's right. And then if I change it, it'll be better. When I get 100, it's like, yes.
The ability of students to own their own learning, to make really conscious decisions and choices, had an influence outside just writing and Writer's Toolbox. The ability of our kids to self-assess, the ability for them to aim high, to lift the standards and know that as a learner you are absolutely in control of how far you're going to go. And our kids, it's almost like that it's opened their eyes to see the possibilities, not just in writing, but real self-belief in themselves as learners.
I think everybody really enjoys it because it's good, because with going to high school next year, it's a lot like I'll go into like English classes knowing how to write better and have the advantage over other kids. Because now, like with Writer's Toolbox, it's definitely a big advantage to your writing.